Okay, guys, I know the video is titled "Should You Summon or be responsible" or something like that, but this is actually pretty tough. So this is kind of like literally one of the first videos that I actually don't know what to do because okay, so let's say you summon on the banner, you did your rotation, and then you have Meliodas at 2 out of 6, and you have Ban at 1 out of 6. You kind of have to take you kind of have to use your best, I guess your best judgment, because you only have one of the characters where they only like 1 out of 6, and now you can choose a free character. Let's say now you don't have Gojo Ban, right? What do you do at that point? What is it that you actually do? Do you use the hero selection chest thingy to get female Ban, or to get a dupe of female Ban, or do you do it to get Gojo Ban? It's kind of tough. So if you're stuck in one of those situations where it's like, oh my god, I don't know if getting this unit is better over this one, it's kind of just you having to use your best assumption. Now I will go over every single character right now. I think that if you don't have King and Diane, they are good. It's going to be very useful to have them for PvE events. However, I don't think that they're needed, and I don't really think that in the long run you'll continue to use them. So that is something to keep in mind. PvP, they're not meta, and they don't really have all that to really compete anymore. So take that as you will. I think that they're a really good unit. I just don't necessarily think you need them, right, if you don't have them, but they are still good. Demon King, this is another unit I don't have, and honestly, when I do summon on the banner, because if you guys notice, I actually haven't summoned on the banner at all. I'm waiting I'm waiting until I can get as many gems as I can, slash just wanted to hold off on summoning in general. So I actually have not summoned on the banner. So in that regard, that's why I haven't opened the box, because I'm like, I don't really know what to pick. So once I summon, get that out of the way, if I happen to get Gojo Ban on that banner, I'll be super happy. But anyway, Oppressor Demon King, I think you should get him only if you are really into PvP using demon units. That's the only reason I would get him. You can do some niche kind of gimmicky stuff in PvE, but overall he is a PvP unit, and I think that if you're not planning to use Demon Team for a while, I don't think he's worth picking up. I actually don't think he's worth getting. So keep that in mind. Berserk Meliodas, he's a good unit, but if you have Nemesis Meliodas, he's not really worth picking up at all, because Nemesis Meliodas is just better in every single way, but he's still a good unit to have. If you don't have Nemesis Meliodas and you're like, oh, maybe I should pick up Blue Meliodas, go, by all means, go ahead and do it. I don't think you're going to be using him in PvP anymore. And then in PvE, there's just so many other options that you can use. I just think he would be more so for if you don't have Nemesis Meliodas / collection. So I wouldn't pick him up. Now we have Tristan. So Tristan is one of those units where he's good, but also I don't think he's necessarily needed. Now Tristan is a very good unit because he's light and dark. He has his revive. He has the effect where you'll only do fixed damage to him at a certain point. I think in PvP he is pretty solid. He's not anything to write home about personally, because you can get him out of the way pretty easily. However, if you don't get him out of the way easily and he's actually starting to build up some of his effects, he can start to actually be an issue. So I think Tristan is good, but only if you're planning to run him in PvP on the demon team. He can work very well in PvE, but again, it gets to the point where there's already so many different options for PvE now. That's not something that I'm just like automatically you need to get him. I'm just like, it's a nice, it's a nice unit to have for some of these harder end game content, but not needed. So I'm honestly, again, if you're not running demon team in PvP, I wouldn't pick up Tristan. I wouldn't. Okay, so now we have Elizabeth. So I'm not exactly sure. I have no experience with Elizabeth. I don't want to give you guys the wrong information, right? I don't want to be like, okay, so she's good, she's bad. I think that she's gonna obviously be good on the goddess team. You can use her in the Sins team if if the Sins team works with her. Most of the time, they don't. Like the recent units have to be like 7 deadly sins or whatever race they are. So I don't know how much use you're going to get out of her with the sins, but the goddess team, she definitely looks like she is going to be a very, very capable unit on that team, but no one's running goddess. So I don't know if you should pick her up. Preemptively, I'm going to say no, because again, you're not really running goddess team, so there's no reason to use her. I'm going to say no to Queen Elizabeth here. And then Escanor and Merlin, I definitely think you should pick them up. Escanor and Merlin, I definitely think you should pick them up if you don't have them and you feel like, oh, I'm going to run the human team a lot. They're really good on that team, like super good on the human team. They're really good on the 7 Deadly Sins team too, almost like you kind of not need them, but they're like the top 3 of the 7 Deadly Sins team. So if you're doing PvP and you really, really want to start grinding that, they are a phenomenal unit to grab and pick up. Now, I say that I think that you could actually, and I'm not joking, make an argument for picking Gojo Ban over quite literally every unit on here. You could make that argument. Like, actually, you could make that argument. Gojo Ban is like just ridiculously strong. And it's not even the fact that his skills are like, oh my god, they're so crazy. Because this skill, it's nice, right? It's definitely nice, but it's not crazy, right? It's not like, oh my god, like it's like it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. But it's not like, oh, crazy. This is really good because it does decrease HP related stats and it has weak point. However, it's not, again, it's not like, oh my god, Bond just did this, we're gonna die. On certain teams, it could seem like that because of the fact that he's lowering your HP and he's applying a weak point to his attack. But again, nothing too crazy. And then the ultimate, you barely even see the ultimate. But this is still good because it cancels stances, so I like that. And then obviously, you know, he gets this percentage increase when you get him set at 6. But yeah, it's really strong. I do like Bond's ult because it cancels the stances and it's an AoE. But it's really the passive skill is just so dummy strong. So it's humans, fairies, and the Sins team that he works with. He's decreasing damage taken by 20% for each one participating in battle. So at the max, you can get this to 80% damage reduction if you have 4 of the allies on the team. But if you obviously know you only have 3, it'll be 60%. Still crazy. Then he gets this greed debuff that they can't cleanse because it's gray. And he extorts attack and defense from all enemies for 2 turns. So that's crazy. So he's stealing the attack and defense of all enemies. And then on top of that, greed increases basic stats of allies by 30% of the basic stats of the highest enemy combat class. So whoever has the highest combat class, so let's say you go second against a whale and you put the greed effect on, you are stealing 30% of that whale's highest CC units basic attack and defense, and you're turning it into basic stats. It's a little complicated, but it is strong. It is strong. And then extorted enemies have their max HP reduced by 20%. Now remember, this AoE right here decreases the HP related stats by whatever percent you have the rank on. So very, very, very good combo right there. And then final damage reduction as well when an ally takes damage from an extorted enemy. Just all in all, and it could work anywhere. So just an absolute disgusting support of a just nasty. Like everyone on this banner, honestly, everyone on this banner is actually good. Like on this selection list is good. Like they're actually really good. But Bond is just, I think Bond, you could put him at a level above. The only one competing with Bond is probably when they're fully duped out, the new Another units and Merlin and Escanor. These 4 units are probably just in another tier. I don't know about these 2. I don't have experience with them, so I'm not going to say it. But these 2 for sure over everyone besides the female version of the Meliodas and Bond are just like heads and shoulders, like just shitting on. I'm sorry, they just shit on all these units, right? But yeah, you could actually make a case Bond is the #1 choice in this banner, right? But there's nuances to everything. If you need a dupe for one of the female characters and you really want those, obviously that will probably be a priority for you. But I would suggest, if you don't have Gojo Bond, to just grab him if you don't care about the female units, right? If you don't care about the female units and you don't have them, by all means, just grab Gojo Bond. But if you're like, okay, I have summoned on the banner, I only have 1 out of 6 Bond, 1 out of 6 Melee. At that point, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to grab some of these units here, right? It's up to you. So it's a very nuanced type of situation we got going on here. And then also keep in mind, it's going to be different for people who actually did go to the second rotation, because you're going to be able to basically get this selection twice. So if you are actually spending it's crazy to say this, but if you are actually spending 1,200 gems on this banner, you get the opportunity to get a free selection twice. So I do like that. For the whales, it's gonna feel good. Or even for people that saved up gems and, you know, they're starting to summon, it can feel really good to get 2 free selections for units. I do like that. So yeah, it's nuanced, but overall, if I had to say who you should pick, I will say I think that you should pick whoever you need based on your account. But I will say, in my biased opinion, it probably would just be Gojo Bond #1. #2 would be either of the another female units. #3 would be Escanor and Merlin. And you might be saying, oh my god, why not just pick them off rip? Well, here's the thing, right? If you're really brand new, Escanor and Merlin might be it for you, right? They might be like, oh, I gotta pick them. However, Gojo Bond, these female units, we don't know when they're coming back. We don't know. We at least know Escanor and Merlin have a really good chance at being on a lot of crazy hype banners for the foreseeable future. And also in, like, you know, UR selection gems, they'll probably be there too. So yeah, I think that this is a pretty nuanced situation, actually, guys. I don't think that it's a cut and dry, this unit, this unit, this unit, which is kind of crazy because this is not a festival banner. This is not a collab banner. This is not anything crazy. Yes, it's a different type of celebration in the fact that it's brand new, and it is also its own category, which is crazy to think about. But it is still just a 300 out of 600 gem banner. It's not a crazy banner, and the fact that we have so many selections for good units blows my mind. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I don't know if I helped anybody. So if I helped you, you know, you're welcome. And I'm glad that I was able to help you with your decision. But yeah, it's very nuanced, very nuanced. This will be your boy Dev signing out. I yapped on long enough. Let me know who you picked down in the comment section. I'm curious to see what all like free units you guys grabbed. Also, I apologize. I just realized that my screen is zoomed in. Does that affect anything? I don't think it affected anything per se in this video, but I do hate the fact that I think I recorded another video and it was zoomed in. So I am kind of like, but you know, it is what it is. You know, these are the things that I have to, you know, look out for as a creator, right? These are the things I have to look out for. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, guys. This will be your boy Dev signing out. I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful rest of your night.